What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? The Meat Pack here to present to you another Thursday night NFL game preview. It's your boy Mike Rogers in the cut, Mike Richman in the cut.
What's good, Salami squad?
What's going on? Like you said, just here to going to talk about Cardinals versus Seahawks. We got Thursday night. This is going to be hype, dude. This is going to be a great football game. It should be. Cardinals have been primetime television pretty much all year, it feels like, with Seattle kind of falling back down to earth over the past couple of weeks. I think the biggest thing we're going to see in this game is we're going to see a lot of points. Hammer the over. We'll talk about that more towards the end of the video. I feel like this is just going to be a complete shootout. One of the big things to talk about, I think, is Kyler Murray this season. Rushing the ball has just been an animal. I know some people disgusting. I know some people have him in an early MVP conversation. I think rightfully so. He's just been beasting. And so the problem with Seattle, though, we've been seeing over the past couple of weeks is we've been talking about extensively on our channel about Russell Wilson having to just play his mind, play out of his mind to win these football games. But the thing with the rushing and the Cardinals and having the best rush offensive in the league, Seattle has not been bad rushing defense this year. They only let up 95 yards a game, which actually puts them in first. That's not bad. But then I think on the flip side to all this, maybe they can stop a little bit of that Cardinals rush attack because Kenyon Drake in the cut too. He's been having a pretty solid year, pretty underrated guy. I think the big thing we're going to see, though, is just weak play from Seattle's, obviously, at the cornerback spot and whatnot. So I say in return, the biggest thing we'll see is as good as Kyler Murray is as a rusher, the boy can throw the ball too. Boy's got a cannon of an arm, baseball background. It just converts. Look at Patty Mahomes. You said something the other night, Mike, about how that skill just transitions very good into football. So that boy can sling the ball, and I think that's where Seattle gets in trouble. As much as they might be able to stop the rush from the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, obviously DeAndre Hopkins, jump man going up there, just catching whatever the fuck's thrown at him. We'll see the Cardinals be able to pull out like that. As far as Seattle's offense goes, I mean, Cardinals defense hasn't been insane this year.
I don't know. They're playing pretty hot, bro.
They're playing pretty hot over the past.
Just to go back on this, we got both these teams at 6-3, as well as LA. So this is a very important divisional game here in the NFC West. It's kind of a toss-up. Like, you got three teams at 6-3, all winning. Like, it's a pretty hot division. But shooting back to week 7 when these teams played earlier this year, that matchup, DK Metcalf versus Patrick Peterson. Patrick Peterson locked this boy up. He had 2 for 5 on reception, season low, 23 yards. And Next Gen Stats has all these crazy fucking stats. But they detailed that DK Metcalf was covered on routes 42 of 49 times by Patrick Peterson. So, that's going to be a great matchup to watch. But I think the key for the Cardinals to win here is just a lot of success rushing on defense against Russ. The Cardinals have had a lot of success blitzing this year. They're the second most. They have the second most blitzes in the league this year at 163. Going into this game, they got 22 sacks on the year, 86 QB pressures. And, that's kind of how you get to Russ. You got to make a move. You got to get him out of that pocket. He's one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. And if you let him stand there and throw the ball to the weapons he has, they're just going to score points.
They're just going to score points, dude. Dude can just throw 30-yard buckets right in the barrel, dude. But I think you're right, too. Russell Wilson's just going to have to make those plays. Chris Carson's still out. Seattle has absolutely no rushing attack.
Carlos Hyde out as well still.
Carlos Hyde's out. And, that offensive line, I don't think has ever really been dominant. They got a couple guys on that line, but yeah, Russell Wilson's going to have to make these plays. And you mentioned the Pat Pete DK matchup, which I actually really like a lot because Pat Peterson for, 10 years now has been
that dude, bro.
Arguably one of the best corners in the league. It's just he's been in Phoenix, so he doesn't, or Arizona, so he doesn't get probably the credit he deserves most of the time. But that's an elite guy, and that matchup is, we've been talking about DK and maybe his ability to not maybe run the sharpest routes right now. I think Pat Pete matches up well just because of how smart he is, and that just comes down to being outsmarted and outplaying compared to DK just being physically able to just catch whatever you throw at him. I think Pat Pete can beat you to a lot of spots and might be able to predict what he's going to run. So I like the matchup at all. We'll talk about the line. Buda Baker too, bro. Shout out, he's coming into
He's
his
having
own.
a year.
Might see another little clip. DK the other time, dude, running that back. Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. You want to talk about the line here?
Yeah, sure. So just going off a spread here, we got +3 Arizona, -3 Seahawks. I mean, that's a tight spread. And you're going to see that with a game that's expected to have so many points like this. And, with this game, I'm not going to lie, the Seahawks are favorited, but I don't feel comfortable kind of betting, spread or money line on either of these teams. I think this is just going to be whose offense is going to be more electric.
Exactly.
I really don't think I don't know. They're going to hit the over. Speaking of that, we got the over at 56.5.
Oh, dude, it could have been 60 something, bro. It would have been an over, dude. I think.
Yeah. I feel pretty confident
tonight.
I feel pretty confident putting that down.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, both teams know that that's kind of the expectation going into this game. So they might fumble the bag, and it definitely has the option to not go that way. But I would say it's relatively safe to bet on the over here. One other line we kind of like here, we got Kyler Murray rushing yards under over 59.5. Do you think he hits over pretty much 60, gets 60 rushing yards?
I don't know, because like I said, the Seahawks only let up 3.4 yards per carry.
Mm-hmm.
I think he obviously can hit it. I don't know, because like you said, that with the expectation going in the game, this might be a little tighter than we think. I still think it'd be high, but I would take the over 59. I mean, Kyler Murray's just running all over the field. At this point, it kind of seems like he's just doing whatever he wants. So
I agree with you too. And even if it's not a designed rush for Kyler Murray, there's a lot of times where he doesn't really have an open pass, and his ability to scramble is just unheard of. Like,
I got a feeling
crazy.
None of them are planned, dude. That boy just, if the coverage breaks down, just takes off. He has such a great ability and feel for that. Yeah.
That's wild. And just the last line we got here, we got Russell Wilson passing touchdowns under over 2.5.
That's a bucket, dude. That's an over.
Yeah. Like we're betting the over here. Yeah, I say Russ throws for 3 for sure.
I was gonna say he might walk out of here with 5 tonight. Like, it might be one of those games. Yeah, over 2.5 touchdowns. I like that. I mean, I'm telling you, I think we might see a 40-30 game tonight.
I think this game is expected a little bit for a bounce back to see out of Russ here. I mean, these past 2-3 weeks, a lot of people, the media has just been harsh on him. Yep. I mean, the dude throws 2 interceptions, and all of a sudden, out of the MVP race. I mean, obviously he's been struggling these past 2 weeks, but I don't know. I'm expecting a huge game out of him here.
And that could be maybe why they're the -3, why they're favorites, is because he might just hit that switch. They might just tough it out.
Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook, dude. Let him do his thing. To me, I always get their name mixed up. He's the Russell Westbrook of the NFL.
Yeah. It's like the same fucking name, dude.
Hard. Literally. And I think how they play too. It's just like, I'm gonna go out there and just win this fucking game myself. So yeah, take that line, do what you want with it. We were wrong before. Hopefully we're right tonight. We're gonna try to make y'all some money. Overall though, I don't know. Final scores, I'd say like 38-35 Cardinals.
You got Cardinals taking it. I think Seahawks get the dub here. I have no idea what that score is going to look like, but I think at the end of the day, the Seahawks are going to win this game for sure.
They might do. Russell Wilson revenge tour. Shut them haters up. He's never gotten one MVP vote in his life. This might be the year.
How does he not have one vote? That's actually kind of
a lot of people argue with the Legion of Boom. They were kind of, I mean, he was only a couple years in the league and they were hot.
Put some respect on that name, boy.
Put some respect on Russell Wilson. He could probably quarterback in this league for the next 10 years at a high level. So I like it. Seattle's I just think as a whole, the reason I like the Cardinals, I just think top to bottom, it's a more complete team at this point.
I agree with you. I do.
But, Russell Wilson, that's all we got to say. All right, so we hope you watch that. That's some Thursday night football. Grab your beers, grab your tacos, whatever the fuck you got to do. Sit down and watch some football. We are the Meat Pack, and we out, baby.